But they're still on 3 lands. No immediate comebacks here are imminent, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw down both of these. I don't need my land to block that flyer. It's not really that relevant at the moment. Plus all these have haste, and we're getting back another creature from the graveyard to exile it anyways. So the synergies are on full go mode at the moment. So good luck coming back from this, my friend. Good game. Good game. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My voice is not quite back just yet, but it is getting there. It's getting a little bit better, but I'm really excited because today we have another Mardu Mob special. It's Spirit Tribal. 2 of my favorite things. We got Spirits and we got Mardu. So I'm super pumped and stoked to show you guys this list and show you the gameplay footage. But before we dive in, as always, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, but you find some value in today's video, or you guys just enjoy hanging out with us here today, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It's a free way to help support the channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll be notified whenever we post a video, which is 3 times a week. And I've been setting a like goal recently, and you guys have been absolutely destroying it. And so today, let's set a wild marker that we don't normally hit. We're gonna shoot for 150 likes on this video. I'd really appreciate that, guys, as well. All right, guys, with all that being said, thank you so much for your patience. Let's dive in and talk about the list. We're talking about a Spirit Tribal list. So of course we're gonna have spirits, and of course we're gonna start it off with our biggest, baddest spirit of all, Hoffrey Ghostforge. Hoffrey is going to be the build around on this list. It's going to be kind of our main win con. It's a 4 or 5 big body for 5, which is okay. But why is it a mythic? Well, because it's going to pump all of our spirits with 1/1 trample and haste. Try not to forget the haste part. It's very easy to forget, but it does win you games specifically because of the haste part. And on top of that, whenever our spirits or our non-token creatures die, being spirits in this deck, you get to basically make a copy of that creature in a token form onto the battlefield. And so it's not like they actually even die. They don't really go anywhere. We just basically create a copy of that creature, and it's on the battlefield again. But when it dies, then it goes to the graveyard. So it's kind of a convoluted way of saying all of that, but a lot of text there. But essentially, Hoffrey makes all of our things unkillable for at least 1 turn until you take care of Hoffrey. So it's really busted, especially if you've already got a board state kind of built up. All right, next we have Usher the Fallen to kick things off, because it's a great strong spirit to start off a game, and it also gains us a lot of value over time with its bow stability. We've got Stonebinder's Familiar, another really great mono white style of card here, but today's list, it's a spirit and we do some exiling. So excuse me. So Stonebinder Familiar, a great card. See, there it goes. It's starting to go, guys. Let's see if we can get through this. We got 2 borrow time to exile some permanents, which is really nice because it hits a lot of miscellaneous things that are hard to deal with, as well as the Skyclave Apparition. 2 exiling tools, which pumps our familiar. The apparition is a spirit as well. We've also got Venerable War Singer, which is going to be our best spirit in my opinion, because this brings our other spirits back from the graveyard. So if early on our things get killed and removed, the War Singer can start bringing these back, because whenever it deals damage, it can bring back a creature based on the CMC and the damage correlation. So we've also got 3 Angel Fire Ignitions to gain life, but to go over the top and also just win games immediately. We've also got 4 Showdown of the Skalds for some drawing effect and pumping all of our spirits. Excuse me. 4 Crippling Fears, because Crippling Fear plays really well with tribal lists like ourselves, and it's a great removal tool with everything in the meta right now: mono white, mono green, yada yada yada. And then of course we got 2 Kaya. Kaya being the top end planeswalker that's going to help us win games, because it is ridiculously hard to deal with, because it makes all of our creatures keep coming back over and over and over. So it's like, how are you going to deal with the Kaya when you got all these spirits forming over here? But yikes, we're almost there, guys. Holy cow. Lastly, just for some spice, we added a Haunting Voyage into the list. If everything starts going to the graveyard and we get a voyage off the top late game against, I don't know, a control matchup, we get to refuel the entire board with all of our spirits, including Hoffrey. Everything has haste and we win the game. So Haunting Voyage, a really busted piece in this list as well. We went ahead and chose 2 Cave of the Frost Dragons for our land creature of choice today. But that's gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna cough again. Hold on. Yikes. All right, I'm glad we're done with that. Let's get into the gameplay footage. I hope you guys enjoy, and then we'll meet you back here at the end for some final thoughts. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for bearing with my throat, and we'll see you guys at the end. Peace. All right, here we go. Playing some spirits today. Hopefully my luck is a little better with my throat here, and we can get this done without losing my voice too bad. Yesterday was pretty rough. I tried to record a video for you guys, and it did not go well. Had to stop. Oh, geez. Opponent goes first. We have good mana. Oh, man. I have to mulligan that. That's tough, though. All right, that's a lot better. That is so much better. Let's go ahead and play the long game here. Let's not rush anything. We've got the Crippling Fear, so it'll buy us some time if we're up against something aggressive. And we are... it's kind of aggressive. It's going to be a burn deck. So those Angel Fire Ignitions are going to be really helpful if I can get to them. Because we're going to need to gain some life. This Pit Fighter is going to just do some serious work on us if we can't get rid of it. Which looks like we got our second white source, thank goodness. So now we can exile it with the Skyclave Apparition nice and easy. They're going to kill my Apparition with a burn spell. Like, I'm positive of that. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Do I steal that instead of that? I don't know. I think so, right? Like, we have to get the Crippling Fear. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that. And then we'll play the Crippling Fear next turn with the swamp side of this card here. And we can kill everything but our spirits, which is great. Looking good, man. We're looking okay. They get back their creature, that's fine. Thunder and Rebuke. Crippling Fear still hits it, so we're good. Let's go ahead and do that. Get rid of those. See you later. Alright, they're going to be able to make my cards more expensive, but either way I get to play either one of these cards next turn. So that's fine. And of course I am going to play the War Singer because the War Singer will be able to get us back our Apparition. So that's what we'll do. Let's see if they decide to block or not. That's going to be interesting. Maybe they're not sure what the War Singer does. We'll see. Nope, they kill it right away. All right, they were pretty scared of it. That's a lot of burn, man. We're going to have to fight through a lot of this burn. It's just really kind of tough. All right, let's get Hoffrey down. Beautiful card. You'd love to see it. You love to see it. It's a little more helpful when I have creatures out there, but sorry, I have to stay hydrated. You know how it is. Okay. So, I'm thinking let's just leave mana open here and we can activate 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bam. Okay, so we can play one of these. All right, we're gonna leave mana open so we can block the Elite Spellbinder. Seems good enough for me. Seems good enough for me. They are hurting on mana. I mean, they've got plenty of cards in hand, but they are hurting on their mana. So this is kind of good for us. Plus, if they have any burn spells that they probably do, and they're not able to get rid of the Hoffrey because Hoffrey's toughness is so high. So they might kill the Usher here. And if they kill the Usher, I just get a token of the Usher back onto the field, and it's like it never left. And they're going to attack right into my flying land. Guarantee it. we go. They're not being very diligent, I can't lie. So not a surprise that they're attacking right into it. They're still on 3 lands. No immediate comebacks here are imminent, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw down both of these. I don't need my land to block that flyer. It's not really that relevant at the moment. Plus all these have haste, and we're getting back another creature from the graveyard to exile it anyways. So the synergies are on full go mode at the moment. So good luck coming back from this, my friend. Good game. And that right there is how it's supposed to be done with the spirits, man. Jeez, feels good. A lot of synergies happening, man. That game, that was nice. That was super clean. The ending of that game felt really nice when everything just starts to click. Hoffrey gives the haste, and then you throw down all your creatures. They just swing right in. It's perfect, man. It's so good. And we get a really good starting hand too here. Nice. I can dig this. I like this because the Usher of the Fallen is like the best thing to start with, because we could just keep creating those little 1/1s over and over. Being matched by an Usher of the Fallen though does not feel very good. Doesn't feel so great. Do I offer the trade or no? I really don't know. I suppose I do. I think we do because we boast. And then if they don't block, we have a good blocker on the return attack, because they won't want to attack right into my 1/1. So I think that was a really good attack on our part. All right, we bought ourselves enough time here too that we're going to be able to make a chump block here and get down the Scalds, and we should be able to find ourselves like a Crippling Fear and be in pretty good shape. I just hope they distribute these counters a little more spread out, because if that Aspirant gets too big for the Crippling Fear, we might be in trouble. I might need to find an Apparition to take care of it. Warsinger would kind of incentivize our opponent here to make their Luminarch bigger. Shoot. But if I play the Showdown of the Skulls right now, they're gonna know what we're trying to cast next turn. It's a lose-lose for us here. Like, not playing anything might be the best idea, because if we play the Warsinger, it incentivizes them to make that bigger. But if we play this, they'll see what we're up to. It doesn't really matter. All right, so it's gonna be the Warsinger for us then. We'll play the Scalds next turn, and then we'll start to put the 1/1 counters on Venerable Warsinger and hopefully keep up with the Luminarch. We'll see. We're still at 20 life total, so doing pretty good. They kill my Warsinger. They're off to a really fast start. I just need to find that Crippling Fear, and we win this game, but finding it's going to be the key, right? Oh, come on. Terrible top decks, man. We find our one and only Haunting Voyage in our Scalds, which is like the worst possible thing to do. All right. Oh, we're just dead here. Yeah, we're just dead here. Unfortunate. If we would have found Crippling Fear off the top at any point in that game, that's definitely our game to win. But on to the next one. We specifically put that card in the list for that particular deck, and unfortunately just couldn't find it. So it is what it is. Mono white's tough to beat regardless, but all right, we get to go first, and we have a pretty solid starting hand. So let's go ahead and give this a go. I think we're going to just go ahead and put the Usher out first, and we're just going to keep gaining value with the boasting ability. I think that's the game plan here. And we're up against mono green, by the way, so we've got a really good Skyclave Apparition, but we need a white source in order for it to be good. So that's going to be the trick now, isn't it? No trades are made. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's get the War Singer down, and hopefully it doesn't get killed by our opponent's Blizzard Brawl, but we know it's going to. If we could have found a white source here, we would have been able to exile the Winter on curve, and they would be in a much, much worse spot. But now they can ramp, and they could play a creature and also on tap the Blizzard Brawl. There's a lot of options they can do here with the Winter out on the field, so we kind of dropped the ball on this one with no white source. But hopefully they don't read the War Singer's ability and they Blizzard Brawl maybe the Fallen, and we can get it back, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Here we go, Blizzard Brawl. Man, that's tough. There's our white source. Came in a little late, but you know what? Better late than never, right? Better late than never. Stops them from drawing cards, so that's kind of nice. But I'm sure a Seeker's Chariot or even Renin 7 is in our future here on this next play. Okay, just an attack. I like it. I like it a lot. Seeker's Chariot. Yep. All right. Kind of knew that was coming. Time for some Scalds action. Looking for Crippling Fear. No, 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 no. We just got absolutely mana flooded on a level I've never seen before. All right, cool. Very cool. Still looking for Crippling Fear. Still looking for anything helpful other than a land. Have we drawn nothing but land since the start of the game? I think we have. Holy cow. Maybe we drew the War Singer. I'm not sure, but this is wild. Regardless, this is wild. God, they are so primed. Primed for a Crippling Fear right now. 45 cards deep, still haven't seen one, so it's now or never. Do I do that? No, I think I keep blockers up for next turn. It's tough, man. It's a tough decision. It really, really is. Yes, baby. Let's go. That's the card we were looking for. Good game. That is why the card is in the deck. That right there is why. Let's go, baby. Do the thing. Do the thing, man. Oh, I feel so much better now. You have no idea the amount of pressure and relief I just got off my chest with that play. It feels so good. That is what Crippling Fear is supposed to be for, man. All right, let's get in there for an attack. Do we have 2 mana open? No, just the 1. I was going to say we can boast here, but unfortunately we can't. They have no creatures, but now that they show black, I was just going to say, now that they show black, anything's kind of possible, so it's a little tough, but they still get down to 1 health here. And we've got a flyer coming in next turn. But yeah, they showed that black source late, and I was like, that's kind of odd, but... GG's. Wow, that was a close one. Thank God for that Crippling Fear. Thank goodness. I think it's safe to say we're gonna want a Crippling Fear in every one of our hands, right? At this time in the meta, I think it's safe to say. And we do get a Crippling Fear this time. Nice. All right, we get to go first too. Not bad. I wouldn't typically want to keep this hand because there's nothing until turn 3. But in this particular case, because we get to go first. Sorry, there's a bug on my screen. The heck? All right, let's go ahead and throw down another white source. Let's not show our other colors just yet. So it's going to be Gruul Treasures. So we got to look out for things like Goldspan Dragon, right? Goldspan's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. These are all fine because Crippling Fear just eats everything on the board here. Which means, do we really want to play any of these turn 3 plays? Probably not. We don't have another black source though, so we might not even get the Crippling Fear out on curve, huh? Probably not. Might as well pick one of these up then. Let's go ahead and pick up the Ghast because it generates them treasures when it dies. So let's just pick up the Ghast. And let's hope for a top deck on a black source so we can get the Crippling Fear down. We'll see. But kind of an awkward game. It looks like they might have had a pretty awkward start, and so are we with the mana. Another Crippling Fear, unable to play it again. But we do get the borrow time, which does hit the Asika's Chariot. But the worst part about this whole thing is that our opponent now has so much mana to work with because they have the Sentinel out there, and these cats generate mana for them now. And is it just one creature actually? Tap an untapped creature you control. Yeah, it's just mana for one creature. Never mind. I misunderstood that. They need a couple to stack for that to be the case. That is too big for a Crippling Fear. Shoot. Sorry if you guys heard screaming there. We have our nephew over playing with my son, and they're a little crazy. All right, it's now or never though on the Crippling Fear, because if we let them on tap, they're going to be able to draw so many cards off of us if we don't do the Crippling Fear now. Come on, black source. This is you have to hit me with the black source here. Oh, come on, game. Come on, you're killing me. Well, hopefully they tap out here on this next go around, and we still don't get another black source. Wow. Wow. That's so unfortunate. Super unfortunate. No attacks, just hold back for defense purposes. We're okay though. I mean, we're in a rough spot, but we're okay. We've got the apparition coming in next turn. Potentially Angel Fire Ignition with it, which is great. Gain a little bit of life back. Just, I mean, that black source off the top would be phenomenal right about now. They're just trying to beat me down with these little tiny chumpers, but they are Jund, so like I said, we're seeing a lot of treasure action. I'm sure Goldspan Dragon is in the list somewhere, so being ready for that is going to be kind of key. Maybe getting another borrowed time, but life gain should help us a lot. All right, they draw a card, but they did eat their treasure for that. No blocks. Those are fine. There we go. Okay. Well, I'm glad it's here. Believe me, I'm very glad it's here. But at the same time, I'm losing Angel Fire Ignition and Apparition. But we do get them back later. So I guess it's not the end of the world. Ugh. That's so tough, man. It just came at the wrong time, but better late than never, so. Better late than never. And then our friend here has a Hive Tyrant. We got to be careful for that land. We can't chump it because it does have Menace. And it looks like they are bringing it in. Okay, so. But we can block the Skullport Merchant. We're just going to be taking 3 here, unfortunately. The Scalds is going to exile this turn. And I'm sorry, it's going to discard this turn. It's not going to exile. What am I saying? Nice. What a top deck. What a top deck. What a huge top deck that was for us there. Angel Fire Ignition, man. Absolutely coming in clutch for us. If they can't kill the familiar, we're going to be back to basically 20 life total next turn, because it's going to get one extra 1/1 counter when the Angel Fire Ignition gets exiled, and then it's also going to get the buff. Ooh, I like ye. I like ye. I like ye. That's got to be game, right?
When you can walk through walls,
You would think, right?
looks easy. Don't worry, I got you.
You would think this is going to be game, but who knows? They might have removal. I'm surprised that they didn't actually remove this turn before the Kaya was resolved. I was afraid to play the Angel Fire Ignition again because I thought it was just going to get, you know, destroyed by some sort of spell, but no, they're desperate. They're very desperate right now. They're drawing cards off their treasures for 2. They are super desperate. This is good. This is very good. Things are looking amazing right now. Things cannot be better at the moment. This is what we call full synergy, locked and loaded, baby. Gaining 8 life, back to 21. Hooey. Not bad. Not bad. Kaya on the field, almost able to ult it. Let's go. GG's. GG. All right, man. I'm liking this deck a lot. I am liking it a lot, and it does not hurt that that is Mardu, you know what I'm saying? So really digging this one. A couple Skyclave apparitions. The shuffler's fine. The shuffler's fine. Let's hope it's a creature-based deck, huh? I guess it doesn't need to be creatures, but permanents at least. Let's hope our opponent's playing some permanents. And no, they're playing Izzet, the one list that I really didn't want to see today. And we do not have the hand for it. If we were going against Izzet, I would have preferred to see the familiar. The War Singer's not terrible. It's not a terrible card at all. It's going to get the War Singer down. It's already got built-in trample, and Angel Fire Ignition is going to make it pretty big. So, but anyways, I was hoping for some Usher the Fallens, the Stonebinder familiar, you know, looking for those types of cards so we can beat down the Izzet list before they can get off. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And I can't even play Angel Fire Ignition here because opponent has enough mana to hit us with the old divide by 0. So let's just get in for an attack and see what happens here. They take the 3. Oh, I should have played it. Should have played it. Oh, brother. All right, well, let's get the Usher the Fallen down. This is a very awkward situation here at the moment. At least now with the Usher the Fallen, we could just go ahead and spam the 1/1 humans if we have nothing better to do with our mana. We got to avoid divide by 0 though. I'm telling you, that card is more than likely going to be coming out here. But the opponent plays 2 1/1s. So I'm pretty safe as far as bounce spells. Obviously, Fading Hope is still a thing. I feel like we would have seen it last turn though if that was going to be the case. Let's go ahead and put this on the Usher so we can roll right through these 1/1s. And they both have Vigilance, which is also a nice little touch. Up to 24. This isn't your typical Izzet or Jeskai list though, so I am pretty happy to see that. I'm almost certain though that's going to be all around Epiphany, of course. We got to expect that really, but hoping that's not the case. Sunset Revelry though is not a card you typically see a whole lot of in these copy turns spells decks, but they just gain a lot of life here, and they tapped almost completely out, which is really nice for us because we could resolve a Kaya here. And resolving Kaya is huge, especially when you're talking about playing against an opponent that runs burn spells. And that's pretty much it as far as removal goes. So getting the loyalty up on Kaya is going to be pretty huge here. Kaya at 6, and they're not going to be able to attack it. Like I said, they usually work on burn spells as their primary way of removing things off the battlefield. So Kaya is going to be really hard for them to deal with. That's their 3rd Sunset Revelry, and they copied one. That is tough. That is tough.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
Alright, let's get in there and gain some more life. Both of these have Vigilance and Trample, so we're going to be dealing quite a bit of damage here. Opponent did not cast a bounce spell yet, but again, we keep running into these revelries, which is making things hard, but ultimately I think we're going to be okay. Even if the all runs Epiphany comes down this turn, it can't be copied just yet. They're going to need at least 2 more lands for that, so we should be all right. Should be okay here, man. I think we're gonna beat him. I was really worried about this matchup too, like extremely worried, but we're looking pretty solid right now. If we alt Kaya, actually, let me see here. So if we alt Kaya, let me just make sure that's gonna be the right play here. You get an emblem at the beginning of your upkeep. You can cast a legendary spell from your hand, from your graveyard, or from among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost every upkeep. So Kaya would just keep coming back, which is kind of awesome, and we can keep exiling things. So that might just be the play. Or do we plus it one more time? I'm worried though. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. So they can copy the all runs Epiphany next turn, so I am worried about Kaya losing its loyalty. So let's just alt it now.
I'm gonna make myself scarce.
Let's alt it now. I'm gonna leave the Spirit back because, like I said, we know all runs Epiphany's coming out this turn, so it is what it is. Oh, sorry, I forgot to move my head back. Another Doomscar, sure. More foretelling, huh? Okay, counter away. These are free spells for me, so please, by all means, counter away. Alright, the more my graveyard fills up, it's not really that necessarily a bad thing because we have another War Singer here, and if we can just top deck like a Haunting Voyage too, we could really hurt our opponent here. They must be really just sitting on that all runs Epiphany until the last minute here. Another saw it coming. I am so happy and okay with this, like it's not even funny. Alright. Let's make this bigger. Because now we could bring back anything for 5, which we could have brought back anything either way, but here comes the War Singer back onto the field. And we have lethal, and we have an Angel Fire Ignition. I'm just gonna leave it there in case this is another Doomscar. It could be a Doomscar, and I don't want to invest more into the board if I don't have to. Here comes the all runs Epiphany. All right, so they're gonna take 2 turns here, but if you've noticed, our life total is now at 35. Not exactly too scared of a double all runs Epiphany. They don't have any lands either to activate as like a Hall of the Storm Giants effect, so we're sitting okay. We're sitting about as good as we can. There's the scoop. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to be their next move. Feels bad, man. GG. All right, let's see if we can't just get one more game in here for you guys. Hopefully a good one, and we'll end it strong. Back up to 92 percentile, which feels pretty good. Like to be in the mid 20 or mid 90s if possible, just to showcase the decks and you know, as high of a competition as I can. This hand is so weird. This hand is so weird. I'm gonna keep it though, just because the Usher of the Fallens, they can generate value while attacking over and over again while we're waiting for, you know, cards to come down, land drops, whatever it may be. Looks like it's gonna be mono white. All right, and we kind of talked ourselves into attacking into the opposite Usher of the Fallen last time too, because if they block, we trade, we get a 1/1 out of it. If they don't block, we get a 1/1 to block on the way back, and they're not going to want to attack into it. So it's a solid trade there. Whoever gets the first Usher of the Fallen is in, you know, the best spot. All right. Let's just keep pace with their creatures here and send out as many as we got. Hopefully finding a red source out the top here would be literally the best case scenario here. That is a problem. That's a problem. Hopefully they take Kaya. I don't really need Kaya at the moment. I need a red source, and I need these Angel Fire Ignitions and Showdowns, man. Let's hope for the best. It's a Kaya. Nice. Okay, they take the wrong card for sure. All right, I am more than happy to trade that because eventually that'll create flyers, which I can't block. So happy to make that trade. Unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Another Clarion Spirit, sure. All right, now we're looking for we're looking for a lot of things. We're looking for a black source and a Crippling Fear. There's the Crippling Fear. So now any red or black source will do the trick. So we're not in terrible shape here. Come on, black source. Gonna need you here. Gonna need you, little fella. Oh, we are just getting mana screwed, unfortunately. I don't know if we're getting mana screwed. We kind of kept a bad hand. This one is 100% could definitely be on me. Ugh. I accept full responsibility for this nonsense that I put myself in. So even if we Crippling Fear here, it doesn't even matter because they just activate the Hall and the Faceless Haven, and we're dead. So it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and concede. That is not how I wanted to end today's video, but unfortunately we are going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys had fun with the gameplay. We're going to end it with some final thoughts on what we thought of the deck and how we would make some changes to it. So see you guys at the end. Peace. All right, we've come to the end of the video, guys, where we're going to break down what we liked and disliked and maybe some changes we make in this list. I'm going to need you guys to just bear with me a little bit here. We're going to be more of a whisper at the moment because we're at the last legs of my throat here. So with this list, I really enjoyed it. I think it was super creative and fun and does some really powerful things, but it is a little inconsistent. The mana being one of those things. These snarls, man. What are we gonna do with these snarls? They are absolute trash, to say the least. But I do think because we're not exactly going aggro with this list and we're going a little bit more mid-rangey, obviously we have some early beatdown stuff, but we are trying to like sweep the board, draw cards, get out planeswalkers, do some bigger spells at the end. I do think we are a little more mid-range than we are aggro, and so I think we could add a few more snarls in the list and be okay, because the mana was our biggest enemy, man. It was a nightmare. It was the biggest enemy. Whenever we, you know, needed a black source, it wasn't there. Needed a white source, it wasn't there. So it was tough. It really was tough. So the mana base is where we need the biggest fixing going on. I think Crippling Fear was amazing. I think it was one of the best removal tools we could have added to the list. I would like to try to add and squeeze in one more Kaya, because Kaya was doing work for us. Everything felt pretty smooth. Borrowed Time, pretty cool card, but probably the only card in here that doesn't synergize perfectly with the list. So we might want to make that our main cut here and try to add something that might be a little bit better. But ultimately, I think the list played better than I thought it would, and I really had a lot of fun playing it, which is what the main thing is about on this channel. We try to have some fun playing really cool lists and more original takes on stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far into the video, I got to give you guys a huge shout out and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate that because it helps the algorithm push my videos out to more people. And lately, you guys have been showing crazy love on the channel. The subscriptions and likes, comments, everything has just been through the moon as far as like numbers go lately. And so I think we're on the path to our 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year again. And I think we can do that. And it's thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for everything you do and all your support and just staying here to the end. It means a lot. And lastly, before I go, as always, huge shout out to the Mardu Mob, man. You guys are what drives this channel. You're the lifeblood of this channel. We have a new Mardu Mob member, by the way. I don't have a list pulled up right here, but you're going to see a new name on the list. Thank you so much for your subscription. I'm sorry, your membership on this channel and supporting the channel. If you guys want to become Mardu Mob members, you can hit that little join button down below as well, or hit the link in the description below, and you support the channel obviously through a financial monthly subscription, but you also get some perks and benefits added to your channel experience as well. So with that being said, guys, thank you for everything you do, and I'll be back here again on Wednesday with another video, and hopefully we'll keep getting better, and we'll see you guys then. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.